Welcome to Halo Infinite Tips and Tricks, hosted by Assassin RFP.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Halo Infinite video. Today we're going to be breaking down a match of territories, and we're going to be following our buddy Blaze Crazy to see what he does right and what he does wrong. Now, if you like this kind of content or learn anything new, make sure to give the video a like, make sure to subscribe, because I'm really just trying to build this channel to be a resource for everyone out there. Blaze starts off spawning at C, and he's immediately pushing for B territory. Now what he did right there was anticipate where the enemy was going to come from, but he looked away so fast that he didn't even give the enemy to push. And as you saw by the outline there, could have been really bad.
Bruh.
Let's look at that one again. All right, so Blaze Crazy knows that there's people at A, and he starts off by sprinting into A. I would have liked him to either bunny hop or slide cancel into that base already aiming and looking for a fight, knowing the enemy's there, or to at least stop behind the wall earlier and then kind of like slowly peek away and get into the open while expecting a fight, not sprinting until you see an enemy. And over here, you threw a spike grenade right at the enemy. Definitely, you should have probably aimed for the pillar behind this guy or the wall behind this guy, just to create a little bit more pressure. And at the end of the day, you just died because you didn't really bunny hop into it, kind of took the first shot, and you also didn't peek around the corner, which probably would have been more ideal. And if you were around cover, you could have definitely survived this fight. All right, that's twice that I saw you start shooting at an enemy, and without going into cover first, you just decide to stop shooting and throw a grenade. That's a very easy way to let the enemy get ahead of you in the trade. I do like the grenade placements. It did allow pressure to be applied. Oof, and over here, definitely should have expected enemies to be at A. You also had this wall to your right over here, or this wall to your left. There was no need for you to stand out in the open, especially when you were damaged. All right, you spawned dirt tunnel and you're moving up to C. All right, I like that you did end up checking down middle bridge, making sure nobody was there, and now you're establishing top control, since your allies do have most of the territories controlled right now. All right, I do like that you're pushing with your teammate and that you are varying grenades. Spreads around the damage, puts pressure, and keeps people from pushing you from all angles at the exact same time.
Ball dropped.
All right, spawn at nest and you're pushing C. Looks like your ally is fighting somebody at C. And do not like that grenade placement. If somebody was pushing you from C, they were going to be pushing up that ramp. So you would have wanted to bounce the grenade in the floor in front of you, so it could land on the ramp. All right, I do like that you keep going for top control though. That is definitely good. I do question the assault rifle, but you know, different strokes for different folks. Okay. All right, good backing up, good recognizing the enemy had advantage on you, but you decided to kind of float back into the danger zone, and that's why that grenade got you. You definitely had the right idea of backing up, and you should have just kept backing up. All right, the assault rifle. Okay, somebody has a favorite weapon. It's not the worst. Close to medium range is actually not the worst. You know your aim is not like elite with a precision weapon. You're playing in a lower ranked lobbies. Assault rifle is not the worst. All right, I like that you didn't tunnel vision and decide to chase that kill from across the map. And I do like that you're using the BR and assault rifle in their effective ranges. So just knowing what weapons you have and when to use them. I really do like that you're doing that. Okay, very good. Anticipating where enemies are going to come from. You're nading your ally. And right there, you're just trying to keep people off of C, it looks like. So what you did was good, but at this point, your team is definitely losing by a lot. And you guys definitely need to start breaking territories and start capturing more. All right, looks like your team has 2. And you spawn behind an enemy. Again, I do like that you're varying grenades. And we're not here to comment on aim.
Hello.
All right, nice support fire for your teammate. I do feel like you're zooming in way closer than you need to be. Ooh, stay behind cover here. Stay behind cover. And then you run out into the open. Eesh, if the enemy wasn't distracted there, they definitely could have got you. I do like that you recognize where your ally died and looked over there, expecting the enemy to push. But again, at this point, your team is losing. You guys need to capture more territories. But, you know, you could be a little bit more support if you're just, you know, rotating between where you're at now, at the nest. You know, just depending on where enemies are, where your allies are fighting, you could definitely rotate your power position to where you're more helpful. Your team needs to break some territories and capture some territories, and you definitely need to be part of that mix. I would like what you're doing if your allies had 2 territories controlled the whole time. Holding position instead of just pushing out is definitely good. But you definitely want to be a little bit more aggressive here. All right, so here we're gonna restart that one because what happened earlier, which I had a note on, we're gonna break it down a little bit more in depth. So here, you know that there's enemies at A, and you decide to kind of sprint out into the open. What you should really do is stop sprinting and quick peek behind this wall to see what's there. And then the second time you peek out, you have your reticle where the enemy's at, and you're gonna be able to shoot. Not stop sprinting way beyond when you see the enemy. Because what's gonna happen is what just happened. The enemy's gonna get one shot on you first. Meaning if all of you guys hit your shots, and even if both of you guys like are aimbots, at this point, the enemy is always gonna win because he has one shot on you. It's just basic math at this point. And again, I think you're zooming in way too much when you're like in close distance with the BR. Definitely want to learn how to hip fire with this. And that's another problem of pushing into deep. You don't know how many people are here, how many enemies. There were 2. So even if the first enemy didn't hit you first and you shot him first, because they were 2, they would still be able to out-BR you before you could get any kills. And if you would have hid behind the wall over here to the left, which we were talking about earlier, then you could have definitely been a lot safer. And just to kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about is you would have stopped sprinting where you're at here, and then you would have quick peeked, saw where enemies were. In this case, you probably wouldn't have seen anything. So then you could have gone to the next piece of cover. And at this point, you probably would have seen this guy. But then at this point, you could be here and quick peek and like have a BR fight like that. And you could also mix it up, come out the left a few times, you know, crouch, and then come out, all these kind of things. And if you would have just quick peeked out here, it would have given you more time to see how many enemies were here. And also gave you the option to run away or to wait for your teammates. But just rushing in the way you did took all those options away from you. All right, and you spawn at C. And it's looking very dire for your team. You did see your ally fighting at the ramp next to you. You decided to run up. But don't really like that call. Grenading yourself, also not a good call. And there, it just seemed like you got way too aggressive. You definitely needed to chill out. You know, your allies were around. You could have just waited behind the box, let your shields recharge because you were hurt at that point, and really practice the quick peek a little bit more behind cover. You don't have to overcommit and run out into the open and chase an enemy down. definitely use cover. Cover is your friend. Could be your best friend. Could be your very best friend. He's gotta play with it more. See there, look, good. Like that. Like using the cover there. Definitely overcommitted on that last peek, but I did like the cover there because you were able to survive when there was 3 enemies in that general area for a lot longer. And if you would have just not overcommitted on that last peek, notice your shields were down. You did have an ally to your left who could have drawn some fire, kept you alive. That was just an example of how cover could actually help. So just do a lot more of that and don't peek when you're one shot. But other than that, guys, I hope everyone here learned to quick peek a lot, to try not to sprint into enemies' areas, especially when you know they're there, and definitely just use cover a lot more. And if you learned anything in this video, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button. All the support really helps. And if you want me to review your video, please let me know down in the comments below and we could make that happen. But until next time, boys, peace out. Peace outie.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.